Hello guys, let's crack UPSC CSE and myself Mukesh Kumar Singh, and today I'm going to discuss about origin and evolution of anthropology. तो आज का हम लोग का सिलेबस होगा anthropology as a discipline कैसे इवॉल्व हुआ है, कैसे इसका origin हुआ है. So as you all know, even though a new subject, this discipline occupies an important positions in academic arenas, not because of its subject matter as biosocial in nature, but because human was intrinsically curious to know about worldly affairs, and today it is taught in almost all university across the globe and in India. So in this session, we shall examine how the subject evolved and achieve its present status. तो जो भी लोग देख पा रहे हैं सेशन को, सो आप पूरे सेशन को देखिए. And one more thing I would like to say, you all are welcome in 2021 and this is the first lecture, and so you should take a subscription or admission. आप एडमिशन या सब्सक्रिप्शन को लेकर के आप अपनी तैयारी को अच्छे से कर सकते हो यहाँ पे. And you all know Unacademy is the India's largest learning platform. So once you will get subscription, you are allowed to okay participate in daily life classes. You will get structured courses, also allowed to participate in live tests and quizzes, and assess all live and recorded courses to watch from the comfort of any of your devices. So regarding that, okay, you need to download Unacademy Learning app, and once you downloaded it, you will get there my Telegram channel link Mukesh sir at the rate of Unacademy. And one more thing is, so first of all, I would like to give you some information about me. So myself, Mukesh Kumar Singh, working as a faculty of UPSC CSE since 2004, teaching anthropology optionals and NGS science tech, general science and ecology environment. Currently, I am working in Delhi as a faculty at several most reputed academy of civil services, and under my expertise, many aspirants have cracked IAS and IFS examinations. So along with me at this platform, we find more than 100 top educators courses for 2021, 22 and 23. So to decide about your faculties team and get enroll yourself. So now Unacademy basically offered you more than 15,519 comprehensive courses for UPSC CSE in a comprehensive manner. So for that you need to take subscription, and Unacademy offered you two kinds of subscription. One is the plus subscription and other is the iconic subscription. So if you will take admission in plus subscription, you are allowed to uh, participate in live classes, test series, unlimited practice and structured schedule. And this is the different durations of the plus subscription from 1 month to 36 months. So either you will take 6 months or 12 months or 24 months or 36 months courses, and the fee are given of the concerned month here. So this much is the fee, and here there is a EMI facilities. So now after using this referral code MKS1, you are again get 10% discount over the entire fee, and after discount the fee will be this much only. So this is the 1 year fee for 49,500, and after discount it become 44,550 fee, and there is a installment facility again. So 3,713 rupees is installment fee. So on that much installment fee you will participate in daily live classes and strengthen your preparation. Unacademy also offer you another package, iconic subscription in 12 month, 24 month and 36 month durations. And once you will enroll yourself or take admission in this course or in this subscription, you will able to participate in live classes, get test series. You will also get unlimited practice, structured schedule, personal coach, introductions, daily main questions and practice, study plan and personalized feedback. And again you need to use this code MKS1 in order to get 10% immediate discount. So after discount the fee will be reduced by 10%, or suppose this is the fee, again I repeat, this is the fee for and after discount now this much is the fee, and there is the installment facility here also. So and the same thing will be in optionals also, courses durations, fee and after discount. दिस मच, बट ओनली थिंग यू डू टू जस्ट आपको सिर्फ करना क्या है, आपको इस MKS1 रेफरल को यूज करना है और अनअकैडमी के कई सारे जो गेमिफाइड जो कोर्सेज हैं, बैटल्स है, उसमें भी इनरोलमेंट लेना होगा आपको, तो यहाँ भी आप MKS1 को कोड को यूज करिए। एंड one more thing is Unacademy also already announces several UPSC CSE Prelims 2021 batch, and one batch was already started on 28th December under group of faculties, and these are the group of faculties। तो इनके किसी भी कोर्स में आप लोग इनरोलमेंट ले सकते हो 1 ईयर 2 ईयर 3 ईयर्स में। और यहाँ पे मैं बात कर रहा हूँ आइकॉनिक प्राइस हाइक में कि इसमें क्या करना होगा कि वंस यू विल टेक ओके आइकॉनिक सब्सक्रिप्शन यू आर अलाउड टू कनेक्ट विद पर्सनल कोर्सेज, you will get main test studies with evaluations, customized study plan, attend study booster session, be a part of high intensity workshop, and practice answer writing daily. Accelerate your preparation with daily content. So those who already taken the subscription, so upgrade your subscription now today. If not, then take a new subscription in order to okay uh, participate in the classes. So this is my special classes, and today I am going to take a special class on in the evening at 6 p.m. and that I am going to unravel about how to prepare and how to crack this examination. So the title of the uh, special class is how you should crack this examination. Thing is not anyone can crack. The thing is कैसे इसको क्रैक करोगे, इस पे क्लास होगी आज का। और आई होप कि आप क्लास को बिल्कुल करेंगे आप लोग। चलिए यहाँ से स्टार्ट करते हैं। आज का टॉपिक हम लोग का एंथ्रोपोलॉजी ऑप्शनल इवोल्यूशन ऑफ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी। और सब आप लोग जानते हो कि एक नया सब्जेक्ट है एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, बिल्कुल नया सब्जेक्ट है। उसके बावजूद भी आज जो एकेडमिक एरिना है उस एरिना में ये जो सब्जेक्ट है जिस पोजिशन को एक्वायर किया है, नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ इट सब्जेक्ट मैटर। चूंकि सब्जेक्ट मैटर क्या है, एंथ्रोपोलॉजी इज द स्टडी अबाउट ओके physical aspects and cultural endeavors of the human beings, deals about physical and cultural affairs of the human beings. Okay, so not because of only this, because this optional is the optional of immense curiosity, and because of its curiosity, today this optional is almost taught in across the globe in almost all universities. So, in this session, we shall examine how this subject evolved and achieved its present status. तो आप सब लोग इस क्लास में बिल्कुल देखिए और समझने का प्रयास कीजिए कैसे ऑप्शनल इवॉल्व हुआ है। आज का पूरा जो स्टोरी है इसके इवोल्यूशन पे है, और इस लेक्चर को समझने से आपको कई सारे जब क्वेश्चन लिखते हो वहाँ पे यू विल गेट सो मेनी पॉइंट्स तो आप वहाँ पे ऐड कर सकते हो। तो आई होप कि आप लोग इस पूरे सेशन को देखें और कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो आप बिल्कुल पूछ सकते हैं। आप लोग हैं तो मैं एक बार देख लेता हूँ कितने लोग यहाँ पे अभी जुड़े हैं। तो इन दिस रिगार्ड different attempt was made by scholars, okay, but the first systematic scientific effort so that was put by basically TK Pennyman। तो आप लोग को थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे याद होगा और जानते अगर होगे तो ठीक है, अदरवाइज आप यहाँ से समझ सकते हैं इसको। तो फर्स्ट जो एफर्ट्स हैं वो किसी ने व्यक्ति ने लगाया था, तो उनका नाम था TK पेनीमैन। और इन्होंने क्या कहा मैं समझाता हूँ पहले आप लोगों को व्हाट ही सेड बेसिकली। और पूरे सेशन में एक चीज़ और मैं कहूँगा, सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन का एक सबसे खूबसूरत चीज़ होता है इसके प्रिपरेशन में आप कितना एंजॉय करते हो, कितना इंटरटेन करते हो। अगर आप इंजॉय करते हो, इंटरटेन करते हो, डेफिनेटली आपको अच्छा लगेगा। और हर एक चीज़, हर एक फैक्ट्स, हर एक डिटेल्स हमें कलेक्ट करना पड़ता है। और अगर आप कलेक्ट करते हो हर एक डिटेल्स को, हर एक फैक्ट्स को, तो डेफिनेटली क्या होता है वो काफ़ी आपके लिए सहूलियतमंद होगा। तो those whose medium is English और whose medium is Hindi, I will try to take the class in bilingual। तो आप लोग बिल्कुल बने रहिए। तो फर्स्ट इनिशिएटिव टेकन बाय द TK पेनीमैन। TK पेनीमैन, रिमेंबर इट, TK पेनीमैन। And basically he gave 4P classification, okay। So basically he gave 4P classification, 4P classification, remember it। What is 4P classification? And basically about his classification he deals in his book and the name of his book is 100 Years of Anthropology. 100 Years of Anthropology. This is his book. In that book, he basically uh, uh, he gave this concept 4P classification, and the 4P का मतलब यहाँ पे है कि P stands for period. So different periods में इसका evolution कैसे हुआ है, इस पीरियड को हमने बांटा चार में. वन इज द फॉर्मुलेटरी पीरियड. फॉर्मुलेटरी पीरियड. दूसरा जो पीरियड है वो है कन्वर्जन पीरियड. कन्वर्जन पीरियड. थर्ड पीरियड है वो है कंस्ट्रक्टिव. कंस्ट्रक्टिव. एंड द फोर्थ जो पीरियड है यहाँ पे उसका नाम है बेसिकली, और वो हो गया क्रिटिकल पीरियड. कंस्ट्रक्टिव. एंड जो फोर्थ पीरियड है वो है क्रिटिकल पीरियड. सो आप लोग यहाँ पे मेरा फोटो आ रहा होगा तो आपको दिखाई नहीं दे रहा होगा, डोंट वरी, just write formulatory 1, then after formulatory convergent 2, third constructive and fourth critical period. Formulatory जो periods हैं, these are the period before 1835. Period before 1835. इन्होंने इसी को कहा था बेसिकली फॉर्मुलेटरी पीरियड, और ये 1835 से पहले का एक पीरियड है. मैं थोड़ा सा ठीक से लिख दे रहा हूँ ताकि आप लोग पढ़ सको. ये है पीरियड बिफोर 1835. रिमेंबर इट. ये जो पीरियड है 1835 से 1859 का पीरियड है. 1835 से 1859 के बीच का पीरियड है ये. फिर ये है 1859 से 1900 का. 1859 से लेकर 1900 के बीच का पीरियड है ये कंस्ट्रक्टिव. और जो क्रिटिकल पीरियड है ये है 1900 ऑनवर्ड्स. 1900 ऑनवर्ड्स के बाद का पीरियड. तो चार में इन्होंने बांटा और इसी को हम लोग जानते हैं 4P के नाम से. सो ही गेव 4P क्लासिफिकेशन अबाउट द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, एंड ही सेड ओके एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का जो इवोल्यूशन है वो फॉर्मुलेटरी से स्टार्ट हुआ था और क्रिटिकल में जाकर समाप्त हुआ था. ठीक है. और क्रिटिकल पीरियड क्या, क्रिटिकल पीरियड का मतलब हुआ ये वो पीरियड है जहाँ पे ये डिसिप्लिन एज ये जो एंथ्रोपोलॉजी है एज ए डिसिप्लिन एस्टेब्लिश हो चुका था, और जहाँ पे दुनिया भर के तमाम यूनिवर्सिटी में इसको एज ए डिसिप्लिन लॉन्च कर दिया गया था. और इसका स्टार्ट हुआ है फॉर्मुलेटरी पीरियड से. चलिए हम लोग एक एक पीरियड पे हम लोग बात करेंगे उस पीरियड में क्या क्या हुआ, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इवेंट्स ओके दैट वाज टेकन इन दैट पीरियड, and who was the pioneer anthropologists, pioneer historians or philosophers or sociologists who gave what in that period. Okay, so what one said about, so I'm going to talk about that. चलते हैं इसके आगे स्टार्ट करते हैं. So first of all we're heading constructive period. Let's begin. The first one is formulatory period. So what happened in this period? आप बिल्कुल एक ट्री की तरह बना लोगे इसको. फॉर्मुलेटरी पीरियड में क्या हुआ था और एकदम से ट्री के फॉर्म में बना करके इसको आप लोग पढ़ सकते हो. व्हाट हैपन इन द फॉर्मुलेटरी पीरियड. अब इस पीरियड को समझने के लिए हम लोग को थोड़ा सा ये समझना पड़ेगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डिस्कशन जो स्टार्ट हुआ था वो कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ था. मैंने जैसा बताया कि दिस इज द पीरियड बिफोर 1835. सो वन थिंग इज दिस इज द पीरियड बिफोर 1835. 1835 से पहले का एक पीरियड है, बात याद रखिए. तो दिस इज द पीरियड बिफोर 1835. 1 इसको हम बोलते हैं कि दिस इज द लॉन्गेस्ट पीरियड. दिस इज द फर्स्ट एंड लॉन्गेस्ट पीरियड है. दिस इज द फर्स्ट एंड लॉन्गेस्ट पीरियड. फर्स्ट एंड लॉन्गेस्ट ये पीरियड्स हैं क्योंकि एक्चुअल में स्टार्ट हुआ था. यहाँ पे जो रेफरेंस हम लोग लेते हैं 484 484 BC से लेते हैं. 484 BC से लेते हैं रेफरेंस को, और हम बात करते हैं अप टू 1835. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज द लॉन्गेस्ट. एंड क्योंकि हम यहाँ से कंसीडर करना शुरू कर दैट्स वाज द फर्स्ट। नाउ इस पीरियड में आप लोग नाम सुना होगा द फादर ऑफ हिस्ट्री, द हेरोडोटस का नाम सुना होगा, हेरोडोटस। हेरोडोटस, so he was considered as the first anthropologist. He was considered as the first anthropologist. First anthropologist. अगर हेरोडोटस के विषय में आप लोगों के पास थोड़ी बहुत जानकारी अगर है तब तो ठीक है, अगर नहीं है तो आप लोग थोड़ा सी बात याद रखोगे। हेरोडोटस जो थे एक प्रकार के बहुत बड़े हिस्टोरियंस थे और बहुत बड़े इथनोग्राफर्स थे, ठीक है। But he was what he wrote in his book and what he gave, ठीक है, for that he was criticized for okay for his several facts, कई सारे ऐसे जो फैक्ट्स हैं उसके लिए क्रिटिसिज्म भी हुआ है। पर एक चीज़ है कि हेरोडोटस was one of the ancient Greek historians, okay, and one of the first anthropologists who is also considered father of Greek ethnography because he travels throughout the world and do research about custom and races. He was the first anthropologist, travelers, ethnographers, historians, okay, and he did research and he did research about custom and race, about custom and race. तो हमारे लिए जो कंसर्न यहाँ पे है, चूँकि ये इथनोग्राफर भी थे और इन्होंने काफ़ी सारा रिसर्च किया कस्टम्स पे, रेस पे, और यहीं से एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का जो पदयात्रा है, जर्नी है, वो स्टार्ट होता है। अब इसके बाद हेरोडोटस के बाद जो दूसरे एंथ्रोपोलॉजिस्ट थे वो आए थे प्रोटागोरास। चलिए हम लोग बढ़ते हैं आगे। इसी एक आप एरो ले सकते हो यहाँ पे और एरो के साथ साथ आप आगे बढ़ते चलिए। यहाँ पे दूसरे कौन थे? वो थे प्रोटागोरास। सेकेंड थे यहाँ पे प्रोटागोरास। He was basically a Greek philosopher. He was a Greek philosopher. He was a Greek philosopher. He was well known for his contribution in the philosophy, and he contributed knowledge about human being and culture, human beings and culture. And as you know, anthropology also deals about the study of human being as a physical entity, as a biological entity, and their cultural aspects. So that's why the first time this was enlightened by the Protagoras in his philosophical concepts, and he was the first who proposed theory of relativism. Okay. He was the first who proposed the theory of relativism. Theory of relativism. As you all know, theory of relativity that was given by Albert Einstein, and this is the theory of relativism, not relativity. And he introduces evolutionary. He introduces first evolutionary schemes. Evolutionary schemes and that deals about how different social traits comes into existence. So in his scheme, okay, so and which explains about how different different social traits came into existence. Came into existence. Okay, so the time of Herodotus was 484 to 425 BC, and the time of Protagoras was 480 to 410 BC. So 480 to 410 BC. This is the time that he did all these things, and he gave what he. Okay, and he basically said, man is the measures of all the things. So simply said, man is the measures of all the things. So this is his famous statement, and what he said, and through that he tried to enlighten people about when you are going to measure the human being itself, it means you are going to deal with the everything. Remember all these things. And now, after Protagoras, Socrates, आप लोग नाम सुना होगा, सुकरात जिनको बोलते हैं, सोक्रेट्स. सॉक्रेट्स सॉक्रेट्स आए हैं बेसिकली 470 से लेकर के 399 बीसी के बीच में, और इसमें इन्होंने जो भी वर्क किया, ठीक है, उसमें से जो मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क है बेसिकली he put forwarded philosophical aspects of philosophical aspects of social thinking social thinking philosophical aspects of social thinking, and through this statement he want to say, and finally he conclude, every society is guided by certain universal values. Okay, so in the word of Socrates, what he said, every society is guided by certain universal values, and after this discussion is going on, and then finally in 428 to 348 BC, Plato arrived. The time of Plato, and what he said. So Plato basically proposed the idea about idea about one state, marriage, education, marriage, then education. Okay. And he said basically, human without society like animals. He said, human without society like animals, and it's a society that makes humans social. Remember this is what he said. Human without society like animals, it's a society, it's a society that make human that make human social, that make human. अगर समाज ना हो तो आदमी क्या होगा, टोटली अनसोशल हो जाएगा. और कई लोग ये भी कहा है कि मैन बाई बर्थ क्या होता है, अनसोशल ही होता है, एंड इट्स अ सोसाइटी थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ सोशलाइजेशन that makes them social and behave socially and live socially. Okay, So after Plato, Aristotle came. Aristotle contributed. Aristotle contributed in between 384 to 322 BC. And you know, Aristotle is the father of biology, also known as father of geology, and is one of the famous philosophers and scientists also said who contributed in almost more than 22 optional subjects. Okay, and what he proposed? So he proposed the view of state and human. He proposed the view of states and human. One more thing, he believed that basically the state determines the behavior of humans. The state determines the behavior of humans, and human being is a social animals. But in absence of law and justice, human would be the worst of the all animal. Remember it. उन्होंने कहा बेसिकली स्टेट और ह्यूमन इसके कॉन्सेप्ट को दिया और इनका मानना था कि ये जो स्टेट है दैट बेसिकली थ्रू देयर कोडिफाइड और नॉन कोडिफाइड रूल्स they determines the behavior of the humans. Okay, because everyone know human by birth is a social, and he said human being as a social animals, but in absence of law and justice or the states, human would be the worst of all animals. So remember it, all these things. Okay, so what he said, human being is a human being is a social animal. Social animal. Remember it. And he believed that he believed that the state the state determines state that determines the behavior of humans, and in absence of law and in absence of law, justice, and state, human would be the human would be the most or worst of all animals. Of all in okay. So this is the basically, and after the medieval period begins, and medieval period basically begins. You all know what happened in the medieval period. Medieval period में क्या हुआ? There okay various explorers, various field worker, okay, various armchair worker, okay, all basically starts traveling and exploring this world across the globe. The famous one was the one is the you know na Vasco da Gama and Marco Polo. Okay, so what all these travelers contributed? Okay, Vasco da Gama and Marco Polo. Okay, all these travelers, okay, are field workers. So they contributed and enriched our knowledge, enrich, enrich our knowledge and facilitate facilitate path that enables us that enables that enables us to reconnect them, reconnect people, understand their customs, understand their customs, and their cultures and their cultures. So all things happen basically. So in 17th century, with the arrival of 17th century, what happens? So in 17th century, I'm going to talk about what was happened in the 17th centuries. So you all know what actually happened in 17th centuries. So first of all, it was John Locke. It was basically John Locke. So he basically provided metaphysical foundation on that. Okay, his successor basically work, and the first one are the Immanuel Kant. Say Immanuel Kant. So Kant wrote the book. Kant basically wrote the book Anthropology. Anthropology. Kant wrote this book Anthropology in 1789. 1789. The name of book is Anthropology, and he suggests basically, and this through this book he suggests the animal origin of man. The animal origin of man. Animal origin of man. That was suggested by him, and he conclude human knowledge comes from pre-human conditions. Human knowledge comes from pre-human conditions. Human knowledge comes from pre-human conditions. Remember it. And practically, you should also realize in many of your discussion, because by birth, what I said कि भाई human to uh, human ही नहीं था. They are the basically unsocial beings था. So in the process of socialization, in the process of scarcity, in the process of their struggle for the survival, a struggle for the existence and survival of the fittest, he learned several things, and for that he again and again did several discoveries, and finally he come on conclusion. So whatever the knowledge human has, so all the knowledge of human beings are the result of okay his experiences, his discovery, his research work, his curiousness about knowing the unknowns, and all these things. So that's why what's basically concluded by the Kant. So according to Kant, human knowledge comes from the pre-human condition. Okay, and later there are so many other people like the uh, William Harvey. So many people like the William Harvey, father of blood circulation, father of blood circulation. Similarly, Leeuwenhoek, father of microbiology, Leeuwenhoek, Hoek, father of microbiology, Versalium, Versalium, He was the person, those who first of all take a measures to compare human being with the different other apes, and then the Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus. As you know about the William Harvey, the father of blood circulation. Leeuwenhoek, father of microbiology. Lucerius. Okay, so he was the first who made an attempt to compare human being with apes, and finally, Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus. All contributed, everyone contributed in scientific manners, and finally, what he basically want to compare, what he want to know. So ultimately, it was Carolus Linnaeus who published his book. The name of book is Systema Naturae. Systema Naturae. This is a famous book on classification of the living beings. And he included human beings, first time he included human beings in zoological classification. And first time it was Linnaeus, he first time he concluded human being, he concluded or included, better right, included human being in zoological, human beings in zoological classification. Zoological classification. And definitely all are familiar with the book Systema Naturae, and that was written by Carolus Linnaeus. He was the first person, those who gave binomial theory of nomenclature, and he wrote of this book. And this book is basically on classification of animal kingdoms. And in this book, he was the first person, those who included human being in zoological classification. So William Harvey, as you all know, the father of blood circulation, Leeuwenhoek, father of microbiology, and Vesalius. So those who first of all attempted to start comparing human being with the apes, and finally at the end of the 17th centuries, so a scientific discussion on human being begins, and that several races of human are determined and distinguished on the basis of their external features or the morphological characteristics. So now I'm going to conclude all about. So as a conclusion, so one can say, so in the 16th and 17th century, what happened? 16th and 17th century, what happened? 17th century, what happened? As you all know, various Christian missionaries, okay, so they start traveling all around the world for the spread of the Christianity and conversation of people in Christianity. So through this spread, they try to convert peoples into a Christian world, and his intention is also to and so that enables them to explore, that enables them to establish their administrative system there. So during the period of colonization, British administration conducted many studies on native peoples. Remember it. During the period of colonization, British administration conducted many studies on native peoples in order to understand their cultures, understand their religious practice, okay, and what are their shortcomings. So that later definitely help in stabilizing their own administrative system in an effective manner. So, so in 16th and centuries, or at the end of 17th centuries, various Christianary missions arrived, okay, in order to spread the ideology of Christianity, and so in many of the things में क्या हुआ कि ये लोग एक हद तक सफल भी रहे थे, और जहाँ जहाँ ये असफल हुए वहाँ पे इनका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो है वो एस्टेब्लिश या कोई फॉर्म नहीं ले पाया। पर ऐसा नहीं हुआ। चलते हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं। इसमें है तो यही बात यहाँ पे था कि नाउ दिस द फॉर्मेटिव पीरियड बेसिकली इट एंड्स विद द colonizations. This is the formative period. Now the second period, so that is the period that is known as the period of convergence or convergent period. Now I'm going to talk about convergent period. Convergent period. So basically, this period basically it lies in between 1835 to 1859. The period between 1835 to 1859, and in this period, several views are basically about the origin of biological and social aspects of human being were expressed by different scholars, and that's why, right, period is characterized by period characterized by characterized by expression of different scholars on biological and social aspects of biological and social aspects of human beings human beings. They are basically differing in their views, their opinions, and to what are especially said by a particular anthropologist or sociologist or philosophers. I'm going to talk about that. Finally, what happened? So this discussion begins with the Karl Marx. As you know, Karl Marx between 1818 to 1883. He basically was the first person who accepted the dialectical process as the moving power of history. Dialectical process as the moving power of history. And with the discovery of Neanderthal, with the discovery of Neanderthal at Dusseldorf, gave a new outlook about human evolution. Remember it. So what happened here basically? But it's a Marx basically. Karl Marx I'm talking about. Marx accepted the dialectical process, dialectical process as the moving power of history, as the moving power of history, moving power of history, and with the discovery of Neanderthal and with the discovery of Neanderthal at Dusseldorf gave a new outlook about human evolutions, about human evolutions, human evolutions. So remember all these things, guys. And one more thing is, after this, James Bridgard, famous sociologist. Okay, so he was the person those who classify and systemize the facts about races of humankind in his book. So basically, he classified and systemized the fact about races of humankind. And do you know what is race? Races of humankind. Race is basically, it is a biological basis of human classification. Okay, each human differing in some external appearance. So at broadest level, this classification was made by the James Bridgard, and about this concept he discussed in his book, kinds in hmm, his book, and the name of his book is basically History of Man. One, History of Man, that was written by him, published 1833, and another is the Physical History of Man, and another book is the Physical History of Man. That was written and published in 1836. And these two books, 1836, 1836, and through this book, this is the 33, this is the 36. Okay, this two book, he was the first person, those who systematically present about the human races, and he proposes also the difference of color, uh, basis of different hairs, the stature, forms. Okay, and for that he basically examined through several racial criteria, and finally the convergence of all the idea was completed with the publication of, okay, Charles Darwin book, The Origin of Species, that was written in 1853, and in that Darwin basically proposed the theory of organic evolutions, and, that was later famous as a, okay, Darwinism. So remember all these things. So what basically Pritchard proposed? He proposed the difference of color, the difference of color, hair, stature, forms, and examine the criteria of the criteria of racial classification. So the convergence of all the idea was completed with the publication of Charles Darwin famous book, The Origin of Species. The Origin of Species. And The Descent with Modification. And another book, that's called The Descent with Modifications. So, in the first book, he proposes the theory of organic evolutions that was later famous as the Darwinism. Remember the Charles Darwin. So, it's a, and Darwinism. So, with the arrival of Darwinism, all the divergence form of, okay, thoughts so now converges and that's why this period is known as the conversion period. So with the arrival of Darwinism, the conversion period become ends, and it gives a new outlook to think about anthropology as an optional subject, or not optional, anthropology as a subject first of all, and the new outlook give the thoughts about the constructive periods, the third period now that begins in the form of constructive periods. Constructive period is known for their constructive work. Okay, because whatever the script that was already prepared, and entire script acts as a basis of initiation of this constructive periods. So anthropology as a discipline started in many universities, and the first thing that happens in this period is, so the very first thing that happens in this period is anthropology as a discipline anthropology as a discipline started in anthropology as a discipline started in uh, many university many university like Oxford, Cambridge. So first of all in ऑक्सफोर्ड ऑक्सफोर्ड में स्टार्ट हुआ है ये 1884 में, और ठीक उसके 6 साल के बाद ये कैम्ब्रिज में भी स्टार्ट हुआ है 1900 के पास में। सिर्फ यहीं तक बात समाप्त नहीं होती है, बल्कि इस पीरियड में कुछ चीज़ें और भी अच्छी चीज़ें हुई हैं, और वो ये है द साइंटिफिक रिजल्ट्स एंड पब्लिकेशन दैट starts coming out. Second thing that happens is the scientific research. As a result of that, the scientific research and various publications and various publication starts coming out, started coming out, come out, coming, come out, started come out, and as a result of that, different branches of anthropology were evolved. Different branches of anthropology were evolved, and like the physical, social, ethnology, prehistory, and the famous scientists like the E.B. Tyler, James Fraser, Franz Boas, T. Les Morgan, Henry Manin, थे। तो ये सब लोग अपना अपना इसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करना शुरू किए, और इसके साथ ये पीरियड यहीं पे समाप्त हो जाता है। द वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कंट्रीब्यूशन दैट वाज गिवन बाय द फ्रेंच बॉयज, एंड so he basically, it was French Boas, father of anthropology, so he basically first of all uh, classify anthropology into the main 4 branches, and these are the physical anthropology, social anthropology, socio-cultural anthropology, archaeological anthropology, and you all know लिंग्विस्टिक एंथ्रोपोलॉजी। तो ये 4 अलग अलग इसको, और 5वां अगर हम लोग और भी बात करें तो मॉडर्न डे में अप्लाइड एंथ्रोपोलॉजी को हम लोग मानते हैं यहाँ पे है। ये सारा काम जो है यहाँ पे हुआ है। तो आई होप कि इतना आप लोग क्लियर हो गया होगा। 3 जो बड़ी चीज़ें हुई हैं इस पीरियड में, पहला चीज़ तो हुआ कि एंथ्रोपोलॉजी एज एन एकेडमिक डिसिप्लिन वो स्टार्ट हो गया ऑक्सफोर्ड में, कैम्ब्रिज में। दूसरा यहाँ पे हुआ जो बड़ा चीज़ था वो था साइंटिफिक रिसर्च इसमें से कमिंग आउट, मतलब आना शुरू हो गया, लोगों ने इस पर लिखना शुरू कर दिया। और जो लिखने वाले में जो मेन जो ऑथर थे, जैसे कि मैंने बताया आप लोगों को, वो थे बेसिकली हेनरी माने। ठीक है, हेनरी मेन का नाम आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, अगर नहीं सुना होगा आगे फिर और क्लास में वहाँ सुनिएगा। फिर टाइलर, ये भी टाइलर का नाम सुना होगा, ठीक है ना। जेम्स फ्रेजर का नाम सुना होगा आप लोगों ने, या एलिस मॉर्गन का नाम सुना होगा। और उसमें से एक थे फ्रेंच बॉयस, जो डिफरेंट जो ब्रांच है एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का है, उसके विषय में इन्होंने सबसे पहले कहा, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ही वाज कंसिडर्ड द फादर ऑफ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी। तो हम लोग आगे बढ़ते यहाँ से हैं। एंड इसी के साथ ये जो पीरियड था कन्वर्जेंट पीरियड, जिसका मैंने बताया आप लोगों को, भाई जो, तो ये पीरियड कहीं कहीं कंस्ट्रक्टिव पीरियड है। सो एज रिजल्ट ऑफ कन्वर्जेंस, तो कंस्ट्रक्टिव पीरियड जो डेवलप हुआ था, तो नाउ दिस पीरियड बेसिकली एंड्स विद दिस अचीवमेंट, एंड आफ्टर दैट क्रिटिकल जो पीरियड एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का है, सो दैट बिगिंस। उसके बाद क्या हो, क्रिटिकल पीरियड का ये टाइम है। और क्रिटिकल पीरियड का मतलब पीरियड ऑनवर्ड 1900, 1900 के बाद एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में क्या क्या हुआ है, दैट आर कंसिडर्ड क्रिटिकल पीरियड। सो रिमेंबर इट। नेक्स्ट क्या हुआ है, क्रिटिकल पीरियड, पीरियड, these are the period onward 1900, remember, period onward 1900 are considered as critical period। अब यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, इसका नाम क्रिटिकल क्या हुआ, बिकॉज इसमें कई सारे क्रूशियल कंट्रीब्यूशंस, ठीक है, लोगों के द्वारा हुआ, और जिससे क्या हुआ कि जो एंथ्रोपोलॉजी है, ठीक है, इसके क्षेत्र में काफ़ी डेवलपमेंट हुआ। ठीक है, जैसे आप लोग जानते होंगे सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, ये स्टार्ट हुआ था यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लिवरपूल में। उसके बाद हम लोग बात करें कि इसका की जो चेयरपर्सन है वो बनाया गया था जेम्स फ्रेजर को। फिर फर्स्ट एंथ्रोपोलॉजिकल जो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंडिया है, सो दैट वाज स्टार्टेड इन द यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कलकत्ता इन 1920। उसके बाद मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी में भी इसके एक डिपार्टमेंट बना, उसका क्लास ये ऑप्शनल के रूप में इसका जो क्लास स्टार्ट हुआ। फिर सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी जो था, सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी है, उसको इंट्रोड्यूस किया बेसिकली, या मैंने कहा कि वो एज ए सब्जेक्ट इन बॉम्बे यूनिवर्सिटी 1919। फिर डिफरेंट जो स्कॉलर्स हैं, और जो डिफरेंट उन लोगों ने डिफरेंट स्कूल्स ऑफ थॉट को बेसिकली बनाया। और वो स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स क्या है, फंक्शनल स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स हैं, वो स्ट्रक्चरल स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स हैं, वो पर्सनालिटी स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स हैं, या वो डिफ्यूजन हो गया, या स्ट्रक्चरल हो गया। ये तमाम स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स भी क्या हुआ, ग्रेजुअली ये फाउंडेड हुआ। और इसके जो ऑथर्स थे, ठीक है, उन लोगों ने इस थॉट्स के थ्रू, इस स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स के थ्रू कई सारे थियोरीज को, कई सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स को, कई सारे डेफिनेशन को, ठीक है, विषय में हम लोगों को बताया। फिर कल्चर को इन लोगों ने एक नए सिरे से डिफाइन करना स्टार्ट किया, कल्चर के डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स को डील किया, how it differ from the civilizations, and what actually is culture. So basically they tells about all these things। और जिसमें बी जो मेलर्स्की हैं, सो बेसिकली इन्होंने जो ट्रोबिरांड आइलैंडर्स हैं, तो ट्रोबिरांड आइलैंडर पे काम किया एंड प्रपोज द आइडिया ऑफ फंक्शनलिज्म। सिमिलरली रेडक्लिफ ब्राउन ने अंडमान आइलैंडर पे काम किया, और फिर इन्होंने थियरी ऑफ सोशल स्ट्रक्चर को दिया। इसके बाद एल क्रोबर्स हैं, रूथ बेंडिक्स हो गया, मार्गरेट मीड हो गया, क्लार्क हैं, विस्लर्स हैं। तो all of them equally contributed in shaping the word anthropology, so remember guys. And one more thing, always use my code mks1 in order to what, to like, share, subscribe and watch this video, and don't forget this video। ठीक है, तो अगर कहो तो मैं लिख देता हूँ थोड़ा सा, चलो मैं लिख ही देता हूँ पहले। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, व्हाट हैपेंड इन क्रिटिकल पीरियड। So critical period, what is it, why this period is called critical, why critical period is called critical, because of crucial contributions, because of various contributions crucial contributions made by made by sociologist, then anthropologist. Okay, so that basically that will shape, that will help, that will help in shaping the anthropology. That will help in shaping the anthropology, shaping the of the anthropology, shaping of the anthropology. So remember all these things. And so what are those basic contributions? I'm going to talk about that. So social anthropology was started in University of Liverpool. Remember, as a result, social anthropology was started in University of Liverpool and in Britain in 1908, and that was chaired by Sir James Fraser. Okay, that was chaired by Sir James Fraser. The first anthropological, the first anthropology department, anthropology department, anthropology department. So of India was started in was started in the University of Calcutta, University of Calcutta in 1920. In 1920, remember it. Similarly, social anthropology, social anthropology introduces as a subject in Bombay University, 1919, and different school of thoughts and different school of thoughts were founded were founded. The school of thoughts are basically number one, functional school of thought, that was given by Francisco Malasky. Similarly, structural school of thought, then diffusion school of thought, diffusion school of thought, cultural school of thought, cultural school of thought, and personality school of thought. ये सारे स्टैब्लिश हुआ ग्रेजुअली, और इसमें इसी के थ्रू द ऑथर्स, वेरियस ऑथर्स, thinkers, philosophers, sociologists, anthropologists, biologists, and psychologists basically, okay, gave starts giving starts giving basically various concepts various concept, definition, concept, definition, and the different aspects of culture, and the different aspects of culture, and different aspects of culture. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स देखते हम लोग हैं एग्जाम्पल लाइक ब्रेस्लो मेलिनोस्की ब्रेस्लो मेलिनोस्की he basically worked on Trobriand Islanders, and what he basically experiences there. So on that ground, he gave the idea of he gave the he proposed the idea of functionalism. Similarly, Redcliffe Brown, R. Brown, he basically work on Andaman Islanders, Andaman Islanders, and the proposed theory of social structure and proposed theory of social structure, theory of social structure. Similarly, Cale Crovers, Ruth Bendix, Margaret Mead, Clark Wesslers also contributed in shaping of the word anthropology, and as a result of that, anthropology came into existence as a discipline, as an optional. So with the establishment of anthropology as an academic discipline, so this discussion was ended. So guys, I hope कि आप सब लोगों ने इस क्लास को देखा है, and in next lecture I will talk about the growth and development of Indian anthropology. What actually happened in the world arena. So uh, similar kind of practices that were also started in India. So must watch my next video, growth and development of Indian anthropology or evolution of Indian anthropology. Until that, thanks everyone. Bye. And one more thing I would like to say, use my referral code MKS1 in order to get 10% discount. Okay. Plus, do watch my special classes that are the live classes. In that, you should interact with me and ask whatsoever the multitude of doubts that you have. So definitely, I'm welcoming everyone to join and come the next session and how to crack this examination. So let's crack it. Thanks and bye.